Hey Barb. Hey Cara. You're blowing off grading papers again? That's good to know. Alright. Come on.
Hey Barb. Hey Cara.
Alright, I'm just trying to share the stream a little bit here. Nope. Alright. Alright. Unfit for human consumption. No, 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 no. No noise. Alright. How is the echo tonight? Ask again after grades are in, paperwork complete, and hiring committee BS that has finished up. That sounds like something I want nothing to do with. Alright, what am I trying to do here? Let's go here. I need a link. Alright, yeah, that's copy link. There we go. Sorry, neglecting the audience. Apologize. I do it all the time. All right. So last night we were able to get the live stream saved to YouTube automatically. Oh, now my tablet doesn't want to work. Great. Which is interesting. Because my son's tablet started having SIM card issues about a month ago, and I hadn't touched my tablet until I needed it to make sure that I was being uploaded to Twitch, right? So I just turned it on for the first time last night in months, right? And now it has a SIM card issue. It's like, what do they call it when they make a car with like a manufacturer's like guarantee that a part will break? It's like, I remember the mechanic who told me about this. I remember him saying it. And he's sitting there in his chair and he goes, and that's called... And now I forget what he was saying or what he said. So I'm gonna assume no echo tonight, which is good. I like the no echo issue. Like, it's not, everything's a learning experience, right? And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me during the echo period. But, I don't want to keep on doing that or anything. I cleaned up my desk. Oh, wow, that was loud. Cleaned up my desk today. I was feeling like I was getting shut in by the amount of stuff I had piling up on either side. So It's much better now. All right. Let's see if we can get this tablet working. Okay, if you weren't here last night, we made some executive decisions going forward with this project. And let me move Frank up here a little bit. Come on, buddy. So this is a wine bottle holster we're working on. And we tried a couple of different ways to attach a band, and we went with 16 gauge 5/16 interwoven 4-in-1 across the top, and the 18 gauge 1/4-inch connector rings to bridge it to the European 4-in-1. So this is interesting because, right, like chainmail wants to spread this way, okay, but we're forcing it to stretch this way. So we'll see. I think it's gonna work. All right. All right. Okay, we're live on Twitch. All right, and there's not a lot of delay. So what is everyone up to? We're gonna put a gallery. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Okay. How to do this on the screen. So right there on the screen, in between the logo and my pretty face, we're gonna put a gallery in here of products to cycle through. I was working on that a little bit before I got started. And then probably tomorrow, all the MailleWerX products will cycle through there. So that's a nice feature, I think. You know, I mean, the whole point of doing this is to, number one, you know, make chainmail a global phenomenon. 2, get people aware that MailleWerX even exists. Right? So, hopefully, we'll make some sales, we'll make some products, we'll make some chainmail, and everyone will become a chainmail expert one day. Oh, my laundry's done. I can hear it chiming in the background. I'm excited. We're streaming on 3 platforms, right? We've got 2 cameras. This is episode number 21. We've come a long way in a fairly short amount of time, right? And which really excites me, right? Because I'm trying not to base 2020 and my sales this year off of, how to phrase this. I'm trying not to base the popularity of my product, you know, whether or not I'm investing my time in a good thing that is financially supportive, financially rewarding. I'm trying not to base that on 2020, right? And it's been hard. This year has been rough, you know? Not only were there no events to try and set up for at all of the people who I was hoping to make stuff for did not have any shows to attend to make money, right? And so, yeah, they may have bought my product this year had there not been lockdowns and shows being canceled left and right. You know, had they made some money, I also have made some money, you know. But this is an exceptional year. And so I'm trying to keep that in mind as we move forward. So going from, you know, a simple webcam to multi-platform streaming, and figuring that out, like, it's not hard, right? I just started with what I had, you know, and moved up from there. So I am happy with the growth that has taken place over the past 7 weeks or so. And that gets me excited for next year. It really does. Hopefully next year will kind of be a breakout year. Right? I gotta change something up here real quick. There we go. Holy comments, Batman. I'm so sorry, guys. You just say you can have all that done by 1 or 2. Okay. You think Sean has forgotten people are talking on Facebook? I kept scrolling on the chat and it wasn't moving anywhere. No echo? Okay, good. Dragon sculptures. 2020 has sucked. 2020 has sucked. Absolutely. You know? It's just ridiculous. Like, there's a lot of neighbor against neighbor mentality going on. And that stems from, you know, all of society's problems. It's just more pronounced this year. Everyone's stressed out. Everyone's pissed off. So, it sucks. And, you know, I'm not going to say most people. A lot of people don't have the resources with which to deal with adversity in the first place. And so it just makes the whole situation even worse. So I'm trying not to judge business in 2020 by this year alone. But, you know, this channel's come a long way. So that gives me hope. It really does. I wanted to do this for a long time. That's not true. What I wanted to do, I started a group, like online chainmail hangouts. And I wanted to do like weekly live streams where we got a bunch of people together on Zoom and did the multicam live stream thing. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Let me do something real quick. So I started that like last year, right? The problem is it's $56 a month to do that. And MailleWerX has just not done enough sales to support doing that. All right, I think that's the one I want. I'm trying to share the stream and do it as a watch party. Come say hi as I make a chainmail wine. Whoever, I don't remember who said it. Whoever used the term holster. Man, that was perfect. This is a wine bottle holster that we're making. It was a perfect descriptive term. I think someone said it last night. All right. Okay, so I started the watch party, right? And apparently it has captions. I was watching the stream from last night with captions, and let's just say that it's not the most accurate caption material there, but it is funny. Like, I would say European foreign one, and it was foreign like FOREIGN instead of 4 into 1, right? There are a couple other captions that I was laughing at pretty hard. So, all right, we're gonna finish filling in that hole there. Hopefully this will be all one solid piece. Here, I don't think we'll finish this tonight. That's a lot of work, but we'll see. Oh my goodness, my son is stomping around upstairs. All right, so we're gonna add the gallery. We're gonna, and that'll appear as we're streaming. That'll be nice, you know. Because I know a lot of people have come to my store and looked at one product and then moved on, right? Whereas having a gallery right there, people can see that we design all kinds of stuff, you know? All right, good night, Barb. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. All right. So, if you are hanging out watching, could you do me a favor on whatever platform you're on? Give me like a like or a heart react and share the stream. I would really appreciate that. Because in order to make chainmail a global phenomenon, you know, we got to have, we got to make people aware. That's our goal now. We're going to make chainmail a global phenomenon. And all my chainmail artists are going to sell out of inventory. Could you imagine? Like everyone in the chainmail groups just be like, oh, my stock or my booth was overrun today with chainmail obsessed customers. That's what we want. Lots and lots of chainmail obsessed customers. The great thing about chainmail is that it doesn't go out of style. It's been around for quite some time now. And it's always in fashion, no matter what. You know? It's like gold. Gold's always in fashion, right? Or gold is always in style. I don't know. I'm not a marketer, so I'm sure a marketer could come up with a better metaphor or a better example of things that are always in style. But, you know, of the fashion statements that have lasted several centuries, chainmail is definitely one of them. And it just keeps getting better and better, you know? I'm looking for, like, okay, so someone had tried the engineered plastic rings that I was playing with for that whale mail piece, right? These ones. Okay. So someone sent me a message about them. And they're like, you know, they're kind of pointy, they're kind of cloudy. They were talking about the clear ones. I was like, yeah, that's, you know, pretty much my experience. But these are a very, very new material for making chainmail with, you know. So the chainmail's been around for what, 500, 600, 700, 800 years? 900 years? And, you know, in the last 100 years, probably more so in the last 50 years, we've had chainmail being made out of more materials by more people with more designs than at any point in history, right? And it's only going to get better from here. So, like, people joke about adamantium, you know, and unobtainium. Make some chainmail out of unobtainium. Make mithril, right? And we're going to get there at some point. Some material scientist is going to come up with a metal alloy that is super light, super unbreakable. And super cheap. So that everyone can afford it. And we'll all make chainmail out of it one day. I hope. Alright, this is coming along nicely. So now that we've got a couple rows in here, I want to test fit it on the old wine bottle here. Transparent aluminum. Yeah. Isn't that Star Trek thing? Star Trek 4 with the whales, right? They had to have some kind of transparent aluminum case. And then all right. We're working on this spot right in here. And it's loose, you know. Wine bottles are pretty standard, so yeah, it's a Star Trek thing? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's see here. I hate to neglect the audience so early in the show, but I gotta go grab a drink. And while I'm up, I'm gonna go to the facilities. So I'll be back. I don't know how to switch to. Let's see here. I don't know. I'm gonna press this button, and we're gonna see what happens because I'm still learning about Streamlabs and how to run it. But I think if I press what I'm going to press here, you should have an image that'll be up until I come back, and then I'll switch it back. So I'm going to press it, and we'll see what happens. If I go away entirely, I will start everything else back up. All right? So give me like 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Oh, hey, that worked. Yay, it worked. All right. All right, perfect. I learned something new. I'm very happy about that. All right. Got a drink. We're going to work a little bit more on this piece here. Is this camera placement without... We're going to have an overhead camera someday. We won't have to... Overhead camera with a big zoom. We won't have to worry too much about it. But Frank here, this camera, the Frankenstein cam, it's a good improvement. I'm quite happy with it. Alright, so let's keep going here. Now, normally I would close a bunch of rings beforehand and do the European foreign one.
Daddy.
Child, I am streaming. You better not be down here. Do not come on the camera.
Daddy, why do you get your nails painted?
No, I don't want to get my nails painted, but thank you. Did you get your nails painted? Very nice. Very nice.
They're dry.
Okay. Nope. Nope. Get out of here. Go upstairs now or I'm taking all of your electronics away. All of them. One. You were interrupting a stream.
I said hi.
They will say hi back. Love you. Do not come down here unless it's an emergency. Keep trying to reinforce that. Every time I tell him not to come downstairs, he of course comes downstairs sometime during the stream. I don't think he's missed one. Right? I don't think he's missed a stream after I've told him not to come down. Right? It's like, don't come down, don't come down. Oh, hey, you're down here. Ah, we got the dreaded doubled up ring here. Let's see if we can pry these apart. There we go. Pair of split ring pliers will do the trick. That popped right off. All right. High youthful persistent one. Yes. He's a good kid. Bit of a turd. But, you know, I don't blame him, right? He's stuck inside. He's been stuck inside for quite some time. Largely because mom and dad work and there's nowhere to go. Right? When I pick him up from school, he does go to school, so he does have that. So when I pick him up from school, I let him go run around on the playground for like half an hour, 45 minutes before we go home because it's a good interactive period. A couple other kids stay after school too. And they just run around, play tag and whatnot. And it's a good way to wear him out. So that he's nice and chill by the time he gets back home. Alright. Slide these rings over a little bit. Hopefully we'll have enough rings. I think we do. We will find out. Cara. I'll be sure to tell him you said hi. All right. I think I've got most of my Christmas shopping done. I'm happy with what I got. There's one more person I need to get a relatively large gift for. But, okay, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Cara, there's no copyright on tartan designs. I had a McGregor tartan design up as a hooded blanket, and I liked it. I would like to do a lot more of those. As many, quite frankly, as many as I can. The issue is that most tartans are a very big pattern, right? Like, it's not like, well, it's not like a kilt where you have, you know, the repeatable, the repeated pattern is in a space this big, right? It's because of the restrictions of computer processing power, right, and image size, the tartans done in a chainmail pattern end up being very, very big in order to get that recognizable repetitive tartan pattern, right? Oh, yeah, okay. It's a foot square pattern. Yeah. And when you do it in chainmail and you do it with the limitations of how I do all my designs, right? Because I can only do images so large with so many rings inside them with the setup that I have now, right? One day, we'll get a better computer. We'll do bigger and better things. But I can't do them satisfactorily at the moment. But yeah, I would love to do more. So, which brings up another question that a lot of people have. It's, you know, why are the rings so big on all my designs? Right? Because the ones on the sweatshirt I'm wearing right now, they're like an inch in diameter, roughly. It's because my computer can only process so many rings in an image, right? And then if I have too many rings on a design, like, you can't see any of the definition at all. The rings end up just being like, looking like a smear. So, you know, we've used large rings, which I don't think is a bad thing, right? Like, I'm not trying to recreate armor specific sized rings for what we're doing. You know, I'm not going with any type of historically accurate ring size or pattern. So, but I got that question a lot the last 2 years. I was like, you know, my computer just simply can't handle that many rings on an image. And if I did that many rings on an image, it would look like crap anyway, you know? So, mock-ups and close-ups are really important. Lots of fine lines in a tartan must mean a very large expansion factor if you're rendering, yeah. I mean, the ring size is negligible. It's just to simply make a tartan in order to get it right. It takes a lot of rings, no matter what. At least it did for the McGregor tartan, right? So, which if I knew how to share my screen and show you what I was talking about, I would do that, but I don't know how to do that without like killing the stream. So I'm afraid to do it, but we'll learn that trick next week. Oh. But yeah. I mean, you know, we've got the Welsh flag, we've got the Irish flag, we got the Scottish Psalter. Clearly, my designs are influenced by historical background. What's the flag? The Mary Queen of Scots flag, the red lion and yellow background. I'm gonna do one of those. I've held off mostly because I don't think my computer can handle the amount of rings I think it's going to take. McGregor has a lot of lines. Yeah. So, like, I definitely want to do more of those. Like, my ancestor came from Edinburgh, over to, at that time, you know, the Americas in the 1600s. But that's, you know, and we know who that is, like what his name is, and the family tree pretty much after that. Before that, it's quite a bit of a mystery, right? Edinburgh. My ancestor from Scotland got in a boat in Edinburgh and took a boat over to the States back in the 1600s. My family's been here for, you know, over coming up on 400 years. And so, like, learning that and learning about tartans and stuff, and then finding out that I have family in from the Lamont clan and the McGregor clan, as far as I understand it, right? You know, definitely made me interested in learning about and making art for things like the 7 Celtic nations, right? I've got 3 of those flags done, and I would like to do more. I'll get there when I get there, you know. You have an ancestor like that? He was a bigamist and a bootlegger? Bigamy is multiple wives, right? You have McKinnon and Elliot. bigamy, not bigotry, something like that. He was a bigamist and a bootlegger. Sounds like man after my own heart. I'm just kidding. I could never do the multiple wives thing. Charlie McKinney had 13 wives and 50 kids. Jesus. Yeah, okay. I believe it. I'd like to have the resources to have 50 kids. He goes down country, sells liquor, and come back with a new wife. Nice. Got bored of the old one, so, you know, just left her on the side of the road for someone else. And this here's my new bride. What was the show about Mormons? Like there's Paint Your Wagon, but then there was lots of stories about Charlie. I'll bet. Paint Your Wagon's a musical about, well, I don't remember what it's about, but in the musical, two guys end up marrying a girl, right? I think they were making fun of the Mormon church. I don't remember. It's been years since I've seen it, but I'm thinking of something else, something more recent about, is it Sister Wives? Never watched it, but it's like about Mormon multi-household family units and Utah. I grew up in Idaho where there are a lot of Mormons, and I don't think we ever had the multi-wife issue in Idaho, but there was always that rumor that that's what they had going on down in Utah. And I am related to, like, okay, sometime in the 1800s, right? There's this guy named Captain John Brown, and he was a Mormon, and the people of Illinois like persecuted the Mormons and drove them out, and so the Mormons took off from Illinois and settled in Utah. And I'm related to a bunch of them. He settled each wife in a shack by the river and go up and down the river, breeding plow hands. He put his saddlebag on the porch, and if they carried them in, he was welcome. If they didn't, he went down the road to the next shack. But since he would bring some food and stuff with him, he was often welcomed. They had a hard time not starving. Yeah, with that many kids, I guarantee it. Oh. Whew. Fit kids. You know, it's not like survival of the fit. Yeah, it's not survival of the fittest. It's who outbreeds who. In a lot of scenarios. See here. Who else? I don't know if you've ever heard. Okay, saw some of the Mormon wagon roads when I went out west. Had a hard time traveling to Utah. Yeah, I was just gonna say. I want to say that we're related to the notorious Donner Party, which is the party of Wagons West's people that got stuck in a snowstorm in the Sierra Nevadas and then cannibalized each other a little bit. You know, they just chewed on a leg here and there. I think we're related to them. Somehow. Some way. You know. And not like I don't think it's a very distant relationship, if I remember correctly. I could be entirely wrong, but I want to say that my grandmother told me so, and I believe her. She would never lie to me. Yes, the very infamous Donner Party. Donner the reindeer always wonders why no one comes to his parties. Man, an hour just to make this patch here. I like it. Given Charlie's carrying on, you're related to everybody in the USA. Yeah, you know, that's how a lot of family trees are. So where are we at here? It's snug across the top here. Like kind of holds it in place, you know, and then it loosens up. So maybe it's where the wine bottle flares out to a little bigger than everywhere else. I like it. I don't like how loose that is, but you know what? Fine. I would have rather had this band to be a little bit different, but whatever. It's going to work for our purposes. You know, one day when I can push a button and mass produce 3D printed chainmail rings for whatever I want, this won't be an issue, right? Like, we'll just push the button and then, you know, out come the rings, automatically fulfilled, automatically made, like, right in front of you, right? And it'll be a desktop device, so you'll just punch in the numbers and out comes whatever ring size you want. That's the future. You want to make money in chainmail, make a desktop ring maker where you just enter the dimensions and then out comes the ring you want. $1 million idea right there. That way we can marry up different weaves without much issue. One day. It looks great. Thank you, Cara. Appreciate it. All right. I was hoping to kind of get to the halfway point on this. I don't think that's going to happen tonight. We're already at 56 minutes, but whatever. Saturday, we can do a late night a little bit. You know? So what else is going on? I think January we're going to be bringing back t-shirts and coffee mugs. I think we're doing that in January. We'll see. I really want 15-ounce coffee mugs that are printed all the way around from top to bottom, right? That's what I really want. And I think that is one of those things where I'm going to have to buy the printer for it. Because as far as I can tell, no one makes them. T-shirts are up your alley? Right on. Right on. I'm going to try to make some fun ones. Ones that everyone will enjoy. T-shirts and coffee mugs, and maybe more kid-specific stuff. Not a lot of kid-specific stuff, but a couple things. So we'll do that. Hopefully January. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do between now and then. So what is coming up next? We got the Chainmail Christmas ball ornament wrap themed contest. The Halloween pumpkin carving contest was a ton of fun, right? I'm hoping that one. I'm hoping a lot more people participate in that one next year. And then we get the Christmas chainmail ball ornament decoration. So that's coming up. That finishes when? December 24th. Right, and then we'll announce a winner on Christmas. So what should we do for our next contest? I guess is what I'm asking. Or what my thought process is leading to, you know. Right? Like, in the first quarter of 2021, what should we do as our contest? Valentine's. Yeah. Valentine's. But what should we have people make? You know? Or how would they compete? Right? Halloween's easy. Halloween's pumpkins. Christmas, make a Christmas decoration. You know? Valentine's. What's one after that? St. Patrick's Day? Right? In the first quarter. Maybe who can render the coolest chainmail mixed media item? That's actually, you know what? Some people make, yeah, I have a, like, somewhere I have a picture of, it's like apple pie with a chainmail crust around it. The coolest chainmail mixed media. Okay. All right. Remind me of that in January. We'll give people, like, what, 3 months? 2 months? 2 months. Right? Christmas was 2 months. Yeah. So January, and then we'll do, like, a St. Patrick's Day announcement. Right? So 10 weeks. To get your materials together. That's perfect. Thank you, Kara. All right. Now, remind me that you suggested this after the holidays. Because, I mean, I don't know. I guess the pumpkins were kind of mixed media. No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do. Pumpkins were kind of mixed media, you know. Right? Like, I kind of feel like the engineered plastic rings I was using are a mixed media of sorts. And it was fun, you know. There are these drill bits that will essentially drill out a ring of wood. And I have wanted to take some of those and make a bunch of rings out of them. And make a bunch of wooden weaves, wood weaves, wooden chainmail. I gotta find where to buy the bits again, but it's like you take a 3/4 inch or 1 inch piece of plywood and you can like drill out a ring in various sizes. Right? Then I'll, cut them in half and weave them in and then glue them back together. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, wooden chainmail would be awesome. We just had the floor of our garage sealed, and now it looks all nice and pretty and everything, and all my tools are in the shed in the backyard. The same shed that I broke the handle on the other day. So it's going to be a bit before I get that figured out, like what's going to go back in the garage and can I even use it in the garage? You know? I got one new like. Sarah Casey has liked. Thank you, Sarah. So I want to get my tools out of the shed and kind of figure out where they're going to go in the garage, but we have 4 vehicles right now taking up the driveway and the garage. So it's gonna take me a little bit to get everything organized, right? We got Renee's car and my motorcycle in the garage, and then we got you were in Houston all day and just got home. And we got my truck and my work car in the driveway. Because I can't park my work car on the street right now. Because if it snows, the plows will come through and barricade it in, essentially. Right? So we park it in the driveway. But come spring, you know, I'll be able to park it back out on the street again, and that'll open up the garage. But then what do? You know, knowing winter will come back round again. You would have been here earlier, but you were in Houston all day and just got home. Went to NASA. Right on. Houston, we have a problem. A buddy of mine lives down in Florida, and he always posts videos of the space launches from Cape Canaveral whenever they had them. Now it's all SpaceX flights anymore. Alright. So I can't pretend like winter's not going to come back around and then, you know, fill the garage up with stuff just to have to put it back in the shed in the wintertime. So I got to figure out something else. Got to figure out a way to access my tools so I can make some wooden chainmail rings. It would be fun. I've got the garage door springs that broke last summer. Those are in the shed right now, awaiting cutting and cleaning. So they're not mixed media, but you know, they're definitely metal. You know, but they're nice big rings. Make something out of them. I would love to to watch a launch in person too. That would be awesome. More importantly, I would like my kid to see a launch. Alright. Where are we at here? Oh, that was my elbow. Okay. Let's get the old wine bottle out over here. It's coming along. Is that halfway? That's almost halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like 1 or 2 more rows and we're over halfway. I like it. I like it a lot. Chainmail, it's so, you're working with your hands. It's tactile. You have a finished product by the time you're done with it. It's durable. This will last longer than almost, you know, every crochet piece out there. And I don't want to rag on crochet, but I'm just saying, what's the life of a crocheted scarf? Like 25 years? Depends on how you treat it, I guess. You know? If I do it right, this should last for, quite some time. And it's just so fun to play with. I could go punch somebody with this right now. It would hurt me. It's like, ah. All right. It's that time again. I've got to go grab a drink. Yeah, it depends on, yeah. Like some of the tapestries are several hundred years old, right? And if you take care of the crocheted scarf, it could last a long time. But, I'm just saying like a regular scarf that you wore every day, right? Like I have coats, well-made coats that won't last as long as this will. I lost the zipper to my coat. It's like I need a new one. I have one Columbia jacket that's like it's the one Columbia jacket that everyone has. And I bought it when I was 16, 17. So it's over 2 decades old now. And it still fits. It's a good coat, right? And then I have another much lighter jacket I've only had for a couple years, and I just broke the zipper off of it. The rest of it's fine. I'll just have to... I kind of want to buy another coat, but I'd like to get the zipper fixed. But I tell you what, I'm going to go... Wow, why isn't that... There we go. Sorry. Pushed the wrong button. I'm going to hit the backgrounds button again. An image is going to pop up, and I will be right back. Give me like 2.5 minutes or so. All right? I'll be right back. Hang on. All right, I'm back. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Making some chainmail. Oh, yeah. I need to get the guitar riff intro to the Wayne World song. You know, Wayne's World, party on. Excellent. And I need to get the chords to that so I can play it on guitar, and every time I show up on screen I'll have to play that and sing it. MailleWerX, chainmail, party on. Excellent. Come on, there you go. There you go. Go into your home, ring. So what do I get to do tomorrow? Tomorrow, hopefully we'll get the gallery up, right? So, you know, as people pop in, they'll see some products and hopefully find something they like, you know. And then there was something else I wanted to figure out with Streamlabs, right? Like, I want to keep it fairly simple, but fairly rudimentary. There was something else I wanted to add, and I forget what it was, but we've got Ethernet power line adapters coming to make sure there's no upstream streaming issues. And then after that, I think it's more lighting and camera work, really, to get this to be a really nice, polished looking stream. You know? Like, I'm quite happy with where we're at right now. But I do want to be able to, like, zoom in on pieces. Like, the Franken-Cam does well. Right, I don't know. Like, there's not enough light by the webcam to really show it, but if I hold it nice and still, the Franken-Cam picks up a lot. That's this camera. That's the Franken-Cam. So yeah, cameras and lighting, I think, after that. Not to diss on Frank at all, but he's a good camera. Very helpful to have two cameras, you know. Got a call from my brother earlier today. He's in the Navy. He's a good dude. He's out in Japan living the life. He's spent a bunch of months out on a boat in the sea. Now he's back home for a little bit, so it's nice to see his face. probably talk to some more family tomorrow. Just with the holidays coming up, kind of want to keep in touch with everyone, see how they're doing, you know. Check on them. I've got my grandma and my dad and my stepdad to check on, you know. Like, my grandma and my dad are, you know, in the elderly range. My stepdad is a lot younger. I think he was 10 years younger than my mom when they got married, right? So, like, I'm not worried about him having health issues or whatever. But, you know, he's fairly newly widowed, and so got to give him the call. And then, you know, check up on the rest of the family throughout this holiday season. So I'll probably do some of that tomorrow. And I gotta find the ever elusive Christmas present. You know, that one perfect gift for that special someone. Alright, where are we at here? We're over halfway up this. We're going to finish off that pile, and then we're going to probably call it a night after that. Just because, no, you know, it's an hour and 25 minutes. We're well over our regular hour limit, so got to go upstairs and check on the family here, make sure they're still alive. I mean, I'm sure they're okay. But, you know, got to go check on them. It's always that anxiety in the back of your mind. Like when my kid's not right in front of me. It's like, what is he getting into? Who's by him? Please tell me there's another adult that is similar to me watching him, making sure that he doesn't do things I wouldn't let him do. And, you know, it's always been fine. Almost all of the time. Except for when the charity case lived with us, that wasn't fine. But other than that, you know, it's been fine. They're always okay when I go back to check on them. Like when Renee comes home like late and doesn't call me, right? I'm always just like, oh my God, she died, she's dead, she's never coming home. Gotta take the dog out. All right, Carl, you have a good night. If I'm not here when you get back. Dogs are important. We have to take the dog out. But they gotta go out front right now because the deck is covered in ice. You know? It was, I was trying to think of, what is it when you get snow and rain, right? It's snaining and it's rowing. when it's snaining and rowing, it's just shitty outside. It was quite ugly outside today. Skies were gray. It's trying to rain, trying to snow. The weather didn't know what it wanted to do. So we got some ice and that was about it. Some nice fluffy snowflakes floating through the air just to hit the ground and melt, which is wonderful, right? I'm not the biggest fan of snow. In fact, quite the opposite. So I was quite satisfied with the rain today. We just had some ridiculous years here, right? The first year I was here in southeastern Wisconsin, I was sitting at a patient's house, and after I got there, about an hour after I got there, until well after I had left, right? It was snowing. And at that time, these were like 12-hour shifts, right? So like if I got there at 7, probably started snowing around 8, and then from 8 well into the evening after I got home, it was snowing. And there was probably 14 inches of snow by the time I went to drive home. I have a truck, and I went to get my truck out of off the side of the road, and I almost didn't make it because of how much snow there was. You know. So 14 inches of snow my first year. And then I think it was not last year before last, we had, it was like negative 44 degree temperatures here. It's like, I just don't want to live that way, to be quite honest, where it's that phenomenally cold outside. Where's my phone buzzing? Just ridiculous weather. So hopefully, so I'm okay with it snaining or rowing or rain, snowing, whatever. As long as we don't have, ridiculously low temperatures and metric tons of snow that make life just unbearable. I'm, ready to go back to Texas at any minute now. Whenever that stuff happens. All right, I'm finishing up the last couple of rings here. We're at an hour 30. Well, yeah, I think that's about the longest we've streamed so far. Hour and a half. Which I'm okay with. I don't really want to be one of these super long streamers, although it's nice because you have an opportunity to get a lot of work done in that time. I just don't think my body could handle making chainmail for 12 hours. You know, I just couldn't do it physically. An hour and a half is about my max. Otherwise, my wrists and elbows start crying out in pain and anguish. And all right, that is the last ring in the pile. Okay, let's get Frank looking up here. All right. Okay, we're looking pretty good. I'm liking that. We got well over halfway done. We'll finish that off probably tomorrow night. Bring it down another row or two and add another band like this one. Then do the top. Figure out a way to attach some kind of leather strap to it. And it's done. Quick as that, you know. It goes faster than you think it does. Excuse me. All right. So, thank you everyone for hanging out. I will do more to work on making the stream a little bit better as much as I can. So I appreciate your patience and your time and energy in chilling with me. If you want to support the stream, go to MailleWerX.com. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my Facebook page or at the MailleWerX page, or you can email support at info@MailleWerX.com. Lots of good stuff coming up in the future, and I hope that y'all had a good time. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Invite your friends. Let's make chainmail a global phenomena. All right? You guys are the best. I will see you tomorrow night. All right?